All right, welcome back. Let's read our message. Good morning, 4K. What people can be in a family?
There's a mystery.
It's a question mark. That's a question. What people can be in a family? So it's something that I'm going to ask you to answer in just a minute. Love, Miss Lily, Miss Melissa. So what I thought we could do is make a list of different types of people that can be in a family. So we have already talked about no two families are exactly the same, right? We all have different families and we have different people in our families, right? So let's make a list. Let's make a list of types of people in a family, right? So how about we start with, let's think about our letter D. And letter D says D, D, D. Is there somebody in a family that starts with D, D, D? All right, dad, yeah. So a family can have a dad. Not all families have a dad, but there can be a dad.
I have a dad.
So there can be a dad. What else? Raise your hand. What else can there be in a family, Lincoln? A mom. All right, Sophia?
Brother.
Brother. There can be a brother. Not all families have a brother, right? Gabe.
There can be another brother.
Yep, so we could say brothers. Sure.
And
Ari?
sister.
Sister. Yeah. Okay. Tate.
Grandma and grandpa.
Grandma and grandpa. Grandma. Grandpa. They both start with letter G.
Like me.
Lincoln, like you did.
And they have an A on the end of it. Their names like me.
Yeah, so there could be sisters. Could be more than one sister. Sure. Ari?
Mom and dad.
Yep. So we have mom and dad. Yeah.
We can have two.
What about, think about people that might not live in your house with you, but are still part of your family.
Grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, so here we have grandma and grandpa. Who else?
Our cousins.
Cousins.
I have
Yeah.
cousins. I have cousins.
Some of you
Wait,
have
see?
cousins. And cousins, Gabe noticed, starts with the letter C. Yeah. Cousins. What else?
I have cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have two cousins.
Lincoln. Yep. So what about who is, like, if you have cousins, who is your cousin's mom or dad? Yeah. Yep. But who are your cousin's mom and dad?
Grandma and grandpa.
Not grandma and grandpa. Miss Melissa.
Your aunt and uncle.
Oh, you might have an aunt or an uncle.
I do. I do that.
Look at what aunt starts with. Uncle.
You.
Yeah.
It's those like North kids don't live in your house.
Okay. Lincoln.
I have cousins.
You have cousins, yeah.
I have
What about, hold on, in my house, I have, I'm the mom, and I have two boys, they're brothers. So I have mom and brothers. I also have my dogs. They're part of my family. So pets, could we add pets to our list?
Yeah,
Sure.
Papa.
I think pets are part of our family.
Papa. Here.
Starts with P.
Papa.
What?
We need to Papa.
Habo, is that your pet's name? Well, if you want to make a list, you can make a list too, okay? We're not going to do names though, because we won't have enough room to do everybody's name. Okay, last one, Lincoln.
I have a dog.
Oh, good. So you have a pet in your family. All right, this is a pretty good list. Now, what we're going to do is read a story and see. It's a story about a family, and maybe we'll hear something in the story that we could add to our list that we missed. Okay? This is the cover of our book. It's called Too Many Tamales. Do you know what a tamale is? It's a type of food. It's a food. It looks kind of like this. It's wrapped in a corn husk, I think. Yes. Yeah. Too Many Tamales by Gary Soto and Ed Martinez. All right, are you ready with your listening ears and your eyes watching and your voice quiet and your body calm? Awesome, here we go. Snow drifted through the streets, and now that it was dusk, Christmas trees glittered in the windows. So it must be holiday time. Yep. Maria moved her nose off the glass and came back to the counter. She was acting grown-up now, helping her mother make tamales. Their hands were sticky with masa. Masa's like the stuff you use to make the tamales. That's very good, her mother said. Maria happily kneaded the masa. She felt grown up wearing her mother's apron. Her mom had even let her wear lipstick and perfume. If only she could wear mom's ring, she thought to herself. Maria's mother had placed her diamond ring on the kitchen counter. Maria loved that ring. She loved how it sparkled like their Christmas tree lights. When her mother left the kitchen to answer the telephone, Maria couldn't help herself. She wiped her hands on the apron and looked back at the door. What do you think she's gonna do? She loves this ring. Think she's gonna put it on? It's her mom's ring. I'll wear the ring just for a minute, she said to herself. The ring sparkled on her thumb. Do you think her mom wants her to wear her nice diamond ring?
No.
Probably not.
I don't wear my mom's ring.
Maria returned to kneading the masa, her hands pumping up and down. On her thumb, the ring disappeared, then reappeared in a sticky glob of dough. Her mother returned and took the bowl from her. Go get your father for this part, she said. Then the three of them began to spread masa onto corn husks. Maria's father helped by plopping a spoonful of meat in the center and folding the husk. He then placed them in a large pot on the stove. They made 24 tamales as the windows grew white with delicious smelling pearls of steam. A few hours later, the family came over with armfuls of bright presents. Her grandparents, her uncle and aunt, and her cousins, Dolores, Teresa, and Danny. So they said grandparents, so grandma and grandpa, right? And they said aunt and uncle and cousins. So we have all those on our list already. Awesome. Maria kissed everyone hello. Then she grabbed Dolores by the arm and took her upstairs to play, with the other cousins tagging along after them. They cut out pictures from the newspaper, pictures of toys they were hoping were wrapped and sitting underneath the Christmas tree. As Maria was snipping out a picture of a pearl necklace, a shock spread through her body. Uh-oh. The ring, she screamed. Everyone stared at her. What ring? Dolores asked. Without answering, Maria ran to the kitchen. Uh-oh, she just remembered the ring. Where is it?
In the stove.
Maybe in the stove with the tamales? Oh, she doesn't know. Is that a problem, do you think? Yeah, big problem. The steaming tamales lay piled on a platter. The ring is inside one of the tamales, she thought to herself. It must have come off when I was kneading the masa. Dolores, Teresa, and Danny skidded into the kitchen behind her. Help me, Maria cried. They looked at each other. Danny piped up first. What do you want us to do? Eat them, she said. If you bite something hard, tell me.
I see it.
I don't know. I think it's inside one of those tamales. Hope nobody eats it. The four of them started eating. They ripped off the husks and bit into them. The first one was good. The second one was pretty good. But by the third tamale, they were tired of the taste. Keep eating, Maria scolded. Corn husks littered the floor. Their stomachs were stretched till they hurt, but the cousins kept eating until only one tamale remained on the plate. Do you think the ring's gonna be in the last tamale? This must be it, she said. The ring must be in that one. We'll each take a bite. You first, Danny. Danny was the youngest, so he didn't argue. He took a bite. Nothing. Dolores took a bite. Nothing. Teresa took a big bite. Still nothing. It was Maria's turn. She took a deep breath and slowly, gently bit into the last mouthful of tamale. Do you think it's going to be there? Nothing. No ring. Didn't any of you bite something hard? Maria asked. Danny frowned. I think I swallowed something hard, he said. Swallowed it, Maria cried, her eyes big with worry. She looked inside his mouth. Teresa said, I didn't bite into anything hard, but I think I'm sick. She held her stomach with both hands. Maria didn't dare look into Teresa's mouth. She wanted to throw herself onto the floor and cry. The ring was now in her cousin's throat, or worse, his belly. How in the world could she tell her mother? But I have to, she thought. Do you think he swallowed the ring? Oh boy.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. She could feel tears pressing to get out as she walked into the living room where the grown-ups were talking. They chattered so loudly that Maria didn't know how to interrupt. Finally, she tugged at her mother's sleeve. Do you think she wants to tell her mom what happened? She doesn't want to because her mom's probably going to be upset, right? But she's being brave. She has to tell the truth, right? Yeah. What's the matter? Her mother asked. She took Maria's hand. I did something wrong, Maria sobbed. What? Her mother asked. Maria thought about the beautiful ring that was now sitting inside Danny's belly and got ready to confess. Then she gasped. The ring was on her mother's finger, bright as ever. The ring! Maria nearly screamed. Maria's mother scraped off a flake of dried masa. You were playing with it, she said, smiling gently. I wanted to wear it, Maria said, looking down at the ring. Then she told them all about how they'd eaten the tamales. Her mother moved the ring a little on her finger. It winked a silvery light. Maria looked up, and Aunt Rosa winked at her too. Well, it looks like we all have to cook up another batch of tamales, Rosa said cheerfully.
Since it said Angie's off tomorrow, so call me if you need to call in. Told Angie at 5 o'clock this morning, something that she was sick.
Maria held her full stomach as everyone filed into the kitchen, joking and laughing. At first, she felt like crying as she kneaded a great bowl of masa next to Aunt Rosa. As she pumped her hands up and down, a leftover tear fell from her eyelashes and into the bowl, and just for a second rested on her finger, sparkling like a jewel. Then Rosa nudged her with her elbow and said, "Hey, Nina, it's not so bad. Everyone knows that the second batch of tamales always tastes better than the first, right?" When Dolores, Teresa, and Danny heard that from the other side of the room, they let out a groan the size of 24 tamales. Danny is one of the cousins. No, I don't think, oh, it's him. He's being held by his dad, I think. Then Maria couldn't help herself. She laughed, and pretty soon everyone else was laughing, including her mother. And when Maria put her hands back into the bowl of masa, the leftover tear was gone. So it turned out okay, right? But Maria did the right thing. She shouldn't have put the ring on, but then after she did and she had a problem, she went to a grown-up. She went to her mom and told her what happened and told her the truth and did the right thing, right? And I hope she learned that she shouldn't touch her mom's ring anymore, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Danny didn't swallow it though, right? Ooh, that would be bad.
Yeah.
All right. Good listening, friends.